Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This battle has already started and we haven't loaded in yet. Yes, I'm afraid the player only just got in and no countdown at all. Well, what we've got here, it's a Lorraine 40-ton, or Lorraine 40t I should say, but it is a 40-ton tank. It's a French Tier 8 medium tank and it's located on the south spawn of Abbey, and it almost turned over, not quite. It's under the command of Chris Norman. Now we don't normally load in like that, but well, yeah, this time he has. It's got a 100mm gun, 4 shots, magazine fed autoloader, and we've got 2 tanks here, and we've got a, well, empty road ahead. T-49 just scouting in the bush ahead of us. No, I think they're going to move on. Most of the enemy tanks appear to have been seen in the town, in the Abbey. So we've got a huge number of tanks going up the west side. And there's a T-34. Okay, we fire 1 round in. 280. Second in, 292. Third in, 316, and the fourth one, 301, but now we've got a long reload, 33.75 seconds to reload the magazine. That's one of the bad things about the 40T, it does take an awful long time to reload for 4 shots, but those 4 shots are fired out very quickly and are very dangerous to any enemy tank. Now the Lurv has decided to go ahead. He's actually on our in our platoon. There's 2 tanks in this platoon, and the T-34's gone down. The T-49 got him. Now really, it's more of a hit and run tank. The oscillating turret does actually give it a lot of benefits in terms of being able to use ridge lines, but with that long reload, you really want to be able to dump all 4 100mm shells into your enemy and then retire as quickly as you can to reload. So the alpha damage is 300 and penetration 232. So you're going to go through most heavy tanks that you might come up against. It just depends on which ones. If you're in a tier 10 battle, you're up against the mouse, you're going to have difficulty trying to get through. But most other tanks, yep, you'll get through them no problem whatsoever. The only problem is, as soon as they know you fired all 4 rounds, they know that they can come at you and pump as many rounds into you as they like whilst you're trying to reload. So it does pay to have an escape route, just like a light tank would. Okay, we've got a GWE 100 round the corner, and can we get a shell into him? Yep, we can. Dialing in. Yep, nice one. 2 shots to take him out the game. And now the question is, do we reload or do we continue? Well, it looks like Chris Norman's going to continue. And he's going to take a position so he can retreat behind some cover. But it looks like the cap's theirs, basically. The enemy has vacated their cap. They left their only Arty behind. Or one of their Arties, sorry, not their only Arty. The other Arty is very likely over in grid square A1 or A2. In fact, I'd say A2, because he wouldn't leave the north of the map. It's very unlikely to do so. He's an M53, M55, so he wouldn't have gone too far. We've got a Wizzy 1232 coming back to the cab. That's the light tank, and I think he's come back to try and deal with whatever the problem is. And he's got both rounds into him, but the 132 is thankfully taken out by our Lurver, our teammate. Oh, we just lost. Yep, we just lost our Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. Taken out by the M53. And that would tend to indicate the M53 has a clear line of sight to the cap area. We're still reloading, 10 seconds to go. I suspect that the M53 is just over to the west. Okay, we're loaded, ready to go. The worry is that Scorpion G last sighted in grid square B3. Is he still there? Right, we've got an ISU 152. We're pumping 2 rounds into him. And the third one goes in and wipes him out. So that's a big loss for the enemy. Can we get a shot to that projector? Well, we've only got one round left before we have to go for reload, so he's opted to reload now rather than fire that one shot and let the enemy know that we can't refire again for another 30 seconds. Right, there's a standard B up on the heights overlooking the cap areas, so we have to be careful, try and get rid of him. We're using our gun depression. The Lurver's going the other side, hiding behind the rock. And we're almost loaded. Looks like there's some good communication between the two because the Lurver's getting behind cover and now Chris Norman's ready. Oh, and the Scorpion G's appeared. Okay, well, now we're going to have to deal with him, but we've got 4 shots. The worry is the Arty going to start firing in as well? And remember, he might have an 8-inch howitzer as his main armament. If he does, he's capable of doing a lot of damage to a lightly skinned vehicle like the 40-ton. Right, the Lurver's going down. Or is he? No, he's covering the corner from the north. From the south, rather. We're 1 tank down at the moment. 9 versus 10, but we are capping with the Lurver in the cap. There's the standard beam. Oh, he's got a reset. He's probably got a defender out of that. And our teammate took a big hit. Right, we're going to need to cover that position again from the dip. I'm not sure why he went over to the east side. I don't know if he was distracted or if he thought one of the enemy was actually going to come in from that direction. But that's cost them the amount that they've capped so far. Here comes the T10. 1 round into him. 2 round takes him out the game. The standard B might try to come up now. We've only got 2 rounds left. Not enough to kill. Try for the roof and we get it. 342 was a high roll, but we lose the Lurver. He was taken out by the Scorpion G. And the Scorpion G is just short of the cap. Now he knows that we're a 4-shot autoloader. And Chris Norman's elected to go for a reload straight away because he didn't have enough rounds to deal with both of them if they did come onto the cap. And rather than stay around that corner, he's actually going to go down the west side of the map. There's a bit of a fight going on at the other end of the map, and we've just lost our Object 430. They've got an FV215B and an E50 down there. We're racing to get back there. There's a Scorpion G up on the heights over here, but I'm not sure he can actually see the cap area to be effective. But it looks like he's going to join us. He is at full health. We've got full health. Oh, no, he's just spotted the E50. And he just took a hit from one of them. Oh, he's just taken another hit. Ouch. Well, we're reloading APCR, the standard ammo for this tank. Oh, and we're now on our own. The Scorpion was taken out by the Scorpion G and the enemy team. This is really bad. It's 1 against 5. It's hero time. And there's the FV215B in the cap area. And he's just vacated it. Okay. He fired and missed. And that takes him out the game. A nice kill, 306, it's a high roll. Now, ouch! And there's the M53, and I think actually he is in that, along the A line somewhere. As I said earlier, it would have been a good idea to try and get rid of that Arty straight away, because he could keep firing rounds into you, but now the E50's turned up. We've got 3 rounds to do it. We must make all these count, and it does. We take a hit from the E50, but we managed to get away from him. And oh, that is the M53-55. It was a near miss splash, and we are now spotted by the standard B, who fires at us but misses. Now we don't want to move forward because we're going to get hit by the Scorpion B. Scorpion G. If we stay where we are, we're going to get hit by the standard B. Ow! Yeah, that's the Scorpion. I knew that was going to happen. If we move back, he was going to put a round into us. Ow! Standard B, put a round in, and that was it. End of game. Nice try. Just wasn't going to work though on this occasion. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. It's an ace tanker for Chris Norman in the Lorraine 40t. He also managed to pick up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. A 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of your own vehicle. An Oskins medal for destroying at least 3 tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank in a battle. And they have to be at least 1 tier higher. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle overall, and tanker sniper for getting the highest amount of damage at a distance of at least 300 meters, at least 8 shots, accuracy of 85%, and 80% of the shots must cause damage. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, there you go. Highest damage, 5,151 hit points overall. The highest the enemy could get was their T10. He managed 3,209, and then their Death Star 3,093. But Chris Norman managed to get rid of both of those 2 tanks. When it came to kills, it was Chris Norman again. He managed to get 5 kills in the Lorraine 40t. The highest the enemy could get was their FV215B. He managed 3, and there was a whole slew of tanks who managed to get 2 kills. When it came to base XP, again, it's Chris Norman, only managed to get 883 base experience points, but that was enough for an ace tanker in this tank. And the reason for that is I think a lot of people find it very difficult to play the Lorraine 40t with the small magazine load. After you fire those 4 shots, you become very, very vulnerable. And that's why I think a lot of people find it very difficult to get the sort of scores that Chris Norman just did. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 19 rounds during that battle. He got 19 direct hits, 18 penetration. You can see how good that 100mm gun is. He not only actually got good accuracy in getting those shots on target, but virtually every one of those shots penetrated, all but one. Did damage of 5,151 hit points, of which 2,185 are at more than 300 meters. And I suspect that a lot of those were actually earned in the cap area where he was firing on those tanks as they were trying to come up onto the rise. He received 4 hits from the enemy, and they were 4 penetrations. One of those was from the, well, at least 2 of them were from the standard B, and 1 was from the E50. I don't know who the 3rd one was from, but it certainly did penetrate. He also received 2 hits as a result of splash damage, both from the M53 and M55. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, just 1 short of getting a top gun. He earned 125,198 credits for the battle, and because he got the epic medals, he managed to get the Achievements Award, otherwise known as Courageous Resistance, which gives him 11,520 credits, which equalises his score with that of the winning team, because he got an epic medal. So his total came to 136,718 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, and that included the fact that he used some premium ammo during the game, he still took away 91,408 credits. And this is another reason why the 40-ton is a good tank to have in the garage, even though it's difficult to play, because it does earn a huge amount of credits. He received 1,325 XP, got the Achievements Award again, 729 XP, got a bonus for this being a premium vehicle of 205 XP, and because he entered the battle as in a platoon, he gets an extra 103 XP, so he got a total of 2,362 experience points for 1 battle. So he tried to carry hard, but as he said, couldn't carry hard enough. I think it was more to do with the fact that he put himself in a bit of a jam. If he actually moved out around onto the river road, he was facing the standard B, and the standard B had an auto reloader to actually try and take him out. So he was going to find it very, very difficult without a full mag, and at the time he couldn't come out because he wasn't loaded. But behind him he had that Scorpion, and of course the Scorpion has got a terrific 128mm gun, and it can do huge amounts of damage to you. So if you back round the corner, the Scorpion was going to get you in the ass. If you pulled around the corner in the front, the standard B was going to pump you full of holes. So yeah, I think you were caught between a rock and a hard place there, Chris. So better luck next time. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.